Hey everybody, Dave here again, and I wanted to show you a quick video and hopefully help improve your Power Apps. So let's start off with a page design and a blank canvas. And really the purpose of this video is to use the named formulas in such a way that it is more intelligent than what you might normally think to use them. So the reason for this is a lot of times people will still, unfortunately, into today, use this OnStart property to continue to flesh out, different various things that are their apps. This is one of the things I see quite a bit. It's, do something like set, and then we use some variable, and then we put some value in here like 1. And then let's see, we do this, and let's just say here, some var 2, we'll do some var 3, we'll make this 4, we'll make this 6. Anyway, some random, here, we'll make that one false. This will be a Boolean. And if we're going to do that, then let's make this text, right? Okay, so you've got some stuff jammed up in here, and then you run into some performance issues, and so then you might think to run, hey, let's wrap this in a concurrent statement, and then of course that has implications because now I've got to change all of this out for semicolons to colons. Anyway, you can see this starting to take shape of probably something that you've done before. And it's yelling that my concurrent function has a whole bunch of stuff. Yep. Okay. So in any event, now we've got this code that probably looks something like you, except you probably have a football field of stuff going on here. And so while this is all well and good for being functionally correct, it makes your app work, it probably is going to make your app slower. Like the concurrent may solve the problem, but it kicks the can down the road, so to speak. Let me show you a better way of doing this. So first of all, I have another video out there where I showed how to do this very thing here in OnStart, but let's introduce you or reintroduce you to this concept called named formulas, okay? So the syntax is basically you give it a name and then you put an equal sign and then you do a formula that assigns this information into here. And you find this over here in the formulas section. So get out of the habit of using OnStart and start using formulas. And I'm going to say the next keyword, and this is super important. If, that if is huge. If whatever it is that you're creating in the OnStart, that I had, like, I don't know if I copied this, but yeah, if you have something like this that is, just floating around and it's static and it's never going to change, that's the key part. If it is static, right? If it will not change, if these pieces of information here are just never going to ever change in your app. So the good news is that you can change this globally and it will propagate this global change all the way through your app. So what I want to show you here is think about doing this in a much smarter way. So I always do something like if it's a collection, I do col. If it's a text, I do txt. If it's a Boolean, I might do bol and then whatever the name is, right? But then I kind of camel case it and then put the name in here like this. So what I do here is NF for named formula, and then I call this global. And the reason I call this global is that I create a JSON object inside of here. I'm sorry, give me just a second. And by creating this master object, it makes it programmatically organized so that I know anything that I'm using is part of my globals, or my named formula global, and I have one object from which I organize everything under. So I do the equals, and then I just do this simply, these mustache braces for a JSON object. So obj, we'll just call this item item 1, right? And then we'll do, I don't know, true. And then we'll come down here and we're going to do item 2, text. All right, so this in and of itself is fine. Now I'm going to do something else here. Add a little bit of space. And let's come over here to deal with this. And now I'm going to create something called, we'll call it theme. And then I'm going to do a nested primary, secondary. So I'm creating basically a nested record for the value of theme. And then I'm going to put in a bunch of color values. Color value. So we're going to need to copy this out, copy this out, copy this out, and I need, need a bunch of commas in here. IntelliSense is fighting me. All right, so this is starting to take shape. Now I need to do this, and I need to put something in here. So let's just put this in here, just so that we can move along. I want to show you this. And let's change these up. FDD 0C at 5. Hopefully this should be enough. Let's get rid of that last comma here. Okay, let's look at this out. It's complaining about something. I'm missing my comma here. Okay, so I've got properly formatted key values and some JSON. So now I have a global object, and I have this Boolean item, I've got this text item, and then I have this other item here. So let me do one last one, my list. Or we'll just call this default list. And then we'll do key value, and we'll do some brackets, quote, quote, quote. Bob, Jack, Jill. All right. Anyway, just any old thing to put in here. Now, as soon as I do this, I don't have to run OnStart. So if I do the OnStart that we've historically used, then I have to come over here, right click, and choose Run OnStart. That will essentially put all of the items in memory. When you're using formulas, and again, these are static, these are never, ever, ever going to change, but I can use them in my apps. Let's just pop out a rectangle. Let's insert a label, and then let's insert input a Boolean checkbox, right? And so let me Alt, okay, so it's on right now. And let's do the default. True. I don't know what's going on. I'm sneezing like crazy today. Excuse me. Okay. So now I've got a couple of objects here. Now I'm going to do the fill color. And instead of this fill color here, I'm going to do NF global dot. And so I can come down to my theme dot accent. And, well, it would help if I used a real color. Let's just do color space. So let's just grab any old 3-color palette here. Here, we'll generate it like with this. All right, so we'll grab this color value. And let's go back over into apps and formulas. And let's replace this color value with this. And we'll get rid of this. Come back over here. Copy this. Here, we can get rid of this. And one more time. I know this is like watching paint dry. I'm sorry. All right, so now we've got some color values in here again. And you can see now that the error message is still there because I need to dismiss it. But, so now I can do primary, and I have this working. Same thing here with the text. NF global dot, what is it? Default list item, I don't know if it was item 1 or 2. Nope, I want to do item 2. And here, NF global dot, and I think this was item 1 that was true or false, right? And so here you go. Now you've got a way of referencing an object as a name formula with using one item, but within that one item, you have this parent-child hierarchical type of thing where you can nest lists and dictionaries as key values, as you're seeing here. So you got primary in this, or you do just a regular like list, but it's kind of similar to, you know, more programmatic approach. I hope this video was helpful to you, or at least got you thinking in ways of structuring your code. Again, the key bottom line takeaway here is you should use this to get it out of the application OnStart. It's super fast. It doesn't slow your application down nearly as bad. By putting it in one object, you'll always know that you're using the name formula, and it's very, very clear what this is. And the maintainability is much bigger, or better rather. And so as you move forward, this, you know, NF Global may become super huge and massive, but it's not unwieldy. It is logical, it is organized, and you'll have a much better time at maintaining your code. Plus you can put comments down and throughout the entirety of this single global name formula object. All right, guys, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great one. Bye-bye.